Hello everyone, NNNI here, and today I've got the capacitor charger out again. So this is obviously going to be another modification video. So last segment I eliminated this op amp over here with a TL431 shunt regulator. So I was going through some of the comments on my videos the other day, and Azagro said that he used this shunt regulator along with an SCR, and that got me thinking somehow about what I could do with those two parts. So I came up with this simple SCR latch, which works quite similar to a 555 latch. You have an SCR over here, a 1K resistor, this is the output, and the set and reset switch. So when you press the set switch, the SCR turns on, voltage is dropped across this 1K around, with 5 volts in, it's around 4.5 volts out, and quite a lot of current by the way, so somewhat of a low impedance output. And then when you press this reset button, the gate is forcefully pulled to ground, something which I heard doesn't work very reliably, but it does work for me. The SCR is a BT169 by the way, it's a TO92 package, so that smalls things up. And I've got the circuit built here running off 5 volts. Let's turn the supply on. It's on the 5 volt channel. So this is the set button and this is the reset button. So as you can see, it has the same function as the 555 latch over here. So using only these few parts, actually replacing this reset thing with the TL431 shunt regulator makes things a lot better. So I've added an extra shunt here, so that complements this reset switch. Can be reset both using the switch and using this. So I'll be eliminating this whole section, so the whole part is gone. So I have space for the gate driver here and other stuff over here. So let me demonstrate with the TL431. So I set it, reset it just to check, and then I start increasing the reference voltage, and eventually after a certain point the lamp goes out, and even if I turn the pot back below the reference voltage, it refuses to come on, which is good for us. So we can set it again and reset it. So yeah, this thing works. So this is what came out of all my deliberation. I was bored in school today. This is my school book by the way, and all my good ideas like this one for my inductor test bench came out of school boredom, believe it or not. So I was laying out the control circuit using this new set of parts here, and this is what I came up with. This is the gate driver, PWM input, output which goes to the power section here where the MOSFET is. And by the way, I've decided to make my MOSFET heatsink enabled again, not like this with no space for the heatsink. So I'll be putting it up somewhere on the side here where I can fit a small heatsink. And this LM35 temperature sensor is just another experiment which I'll be talking about later. It's quite an interesting one. So yes, this is the shunt regulator, this is the SCR resistor goes here, this is the set button, this is the 5 volt regulator, capacitor, decoupling, and this is how it looks like on a perf board. I haven't actually soldered in any of the stuff. As you can see, all the component leads are still in. But the one thing I noticed about this board is that it looks empty somehow, unlike this board. Even though it's a bit cluttered over here, every single part has its function. So is the case over here. But what am I supposed to do with all the empty space? I would definitely love suggestions on what I could include, because I feel much of the space is being wasted. For a good reason, maybe, because we don't have any jumper wires over here. Unlike this board, the underside gets very messy. If you can see it, it's full of those red jumper wires. So I didn't want to have that here. It's all continuous strips. I only have these small over jumpers, if you will. So that's just these pintails. Oops, what did I drop? Okay, it's just these pintails that go on top instead of under the board. So that's all I've planned here. Everything is smooth and continuous. So that's the update. And like I always say, a messy lab is an action-packed lab. Thank you for watching.